we know the union of and intersection of sets. Here we describe a line segment, ray and a line as a set of points. First, line segment AB. Observe the figure. Line segment AB is given. Therefore, the union of point A, point B and the point in between AB is called line segment AB. Shortly, it is denoted as seg AB or seg BA. Then, this point A and B are called end point of segment AB. The length of AB is distance between point A and B. That is, distance between point A and B is known as length of segment AB and written as length of AB. Then, observe this figure of ray. Ray, the union of point on segment AB and point P such that, here observe that this A and B, these 2 points are distinct. The set of point on segment AB and point P such that A dash, B dash, B dash, P, that is point B is in between point A and P. Then we say that that figure is ray AB, and here A is the end point of ray AB. Line AB. Line AB is the union of ray AB and its opposite ray is called line AB. And observe that in this figure, segment AB is the subset of line AB. Then midpoint. Next figure is the midpoint of segment. In this figure, A dash, M dash, B is given. Point M is in between AB such that this length of AM equal to length of MB. It is also written as distance between point A and M is equal to distance between point M and B. Then we say that point M is midpoint of segment AB. M is midpoint of segment AB. Then how to compare the given segments? Before it, let us study about congruence of segment. The congruence of segment. If the length of two segments are equal, then we say that two segments are congruent. In figure, segments AB and CD are given, and if length of AB equal to length of CD, then we say that segment AB congruent segment CD. And if length of AB is less than length of CD, observe the given figure alongside. If length of AB is less than length of CD, then we say that this segment AB is less than segment CD, or it is written as AB is less than CD, or this CD is greater than AB. That way we compare the given segments. Then in this, congruence is denoted as segment AB congruent to segment CD. There are some property of congruence of segment. Let us study about this. The first property of congruence of two segments, that is reflexivity. Reflexivity. The reflexivity property is that every segment is congruent to itself. that is segment AB congruent to segment AB. This property is called as reflexivity property. Then second is the symmetry. In this property, if segment AB congruent to segment CD, then segment CD congruent to segment AB. And last property is the property of transitivity. Transitivity. In this property, if segment AB congruent to segment CD and segment CD congruent to segment EF, then this segment AB congruent to segment EF, and that property is called property of transitivity. Then what about the perpendicularity of two segments, two rays, or one segment or one ray? If the lines containing two rays, observe in the figure, two rays, two segments, or one ray or one segment are perpendicular to each other, then we say that these two rays or two segments or one ray or one segments are perpendicular to each other. In figure, I can write segment AB perpendicular to line CD. In the figure, line AB is given, and on that line AB, CD is perpendicular to line AB, and point B is called as foot of perpendicular, and the distance length of CD equal to small a. Then we say that point C is at a distance A from line AB.